The only time I rode my bike was to train, so I'd go out and I'd be like, I need to hit these power numbers, like I don't care where I ride, I need to just train. And I remember going for a ride on the BMC, which at the time had become my winter bike. I remember getting back, putting the bike in the shed, like just dirty as it is. And yeah, I didn't touch the bike again for like 12 months, maybe longer. I stopped enjoying riding a bike and yeah, I just stopped having fun. It was really, so before the BMC I had a Genesis, and it was the first bike that I bought, and it was literally the cheapest bike that was on sale, reduced. So it was like a couple of £100 for an alloy Genesis bike. Like, it's a cool bike, but it had like awful wheels, awful components. I used to go out in the winter and like destroy myself on it. And it was when I started to take the sport more seriously. The first time I saw that bike was in Amstel Gold, and I just instantly fell in love with it. It's the one bike that, after seeing it, I could only think about that bike. And it was, for me at the time, it was like, it's carbon, it's a race bike. So the way to give the BMC a lease of life really is to strip it all back, to repaint it and have a frame that is like unique to me. That was my first kind of serious race bike that I felt like I had to get and take me to the next level.
You're going back now, man.
I've ridden it, I've raced on it, I've taken it to Mallorca training, I've been to the Alps on it, I've been through English winters and when it's like freezing cold, and yeah, I've been out in the middle of nowhere and snapped chains on it. I've ridden to Llangollen alone, 130 miles in the middle of winter, and been in tears on it. And you know, it's a bike that I've used and I've loved, and yeah, I've got like a lot of really cool memories from riding it. Yeah, the plan is to get it all, rub it all down, repaint it, and it'd be so much more meaningful to give it to someone who I care about and give them a project to design and come up with a really cool frame to paint. This bike has given so much to me. I know it's just a bike, but I want to give it another second chance in life. I kind of raced and took cycling seriously for quite a lot of years, and I started going up the categories, so I became Cat 2 and was racing against elites and doing town centre crits and trying to get into like national A's and racing national B's. And my rides then became less about going out and seeing cool places. It was like, I need to get a power meter, I need to start hitting these power numbers, and it became very competitive, and yeah, you just want to win. So cycling for me became about winning and becoming faster than everyone else. I think the big turning point for me was I became a national champion racing TLI crit, which was completely unexpected. And at the time, like I was at my strongest that year, and I was on a race team. But it was after winning the jersey, like I had a load of confidence, and I was thinking like, cool, I've actually got something to my name now that I've got to be proud of. And then a week later, I did a race, and like an actual pro rider rocked up to this race, and I was there thinking like, cool, I've got a chance. It's town centre crit in Shrewsbury. Seeing that like next level of performance was like a massive hit in confidence, and kind of realised that, okay, like, I'm an amateur. And I don't know, that was the start, that was like the turning point of, I suppose, realising that it's a sport and it's like it's a hobby, and I'm treating it as though it's like a full-time job or like a second full-time job. And I remember going for a ride on the BMC, which at the time had become my winter bike. And I remember getting back, putting the bike in the shed, like just dirty as it is. And yeah, I didn't touch the bike again for like 12 months, maybe longer. I stopped enjoying riding a bike, and the turning point for me was it's making me miserable. Putting a lot of pressure on myself, and I kind of need a change, a lifestyle change, really. Yeah. Yeah, that whole time, like for a year or maybe even longer than a year, I didn't touch the bike because I didn't see a need to cycle. I was just focused on making my career then. But one thing, like I've always struggled with I suppose like brain fog, and struggled to a lot of time find inspiration, and you kind of need a lot of inspiration, and you need a lot of self-drive to work on ideas essentially. And I didn't have like an outlet, so I'd finish work but I'd be running at like 50% and struggling to stay fresh, I guess. Like I've always had a dream of having a camper van and traveling Europe and spending time just going from place to place and seeing cool things. So yeah, so I kind of did that. I bought 2019, I bought a camper van, traveled Europe, which was incredible. It was just really, really nice escapism. But then when I got back to the UK, that was over, and I didn't have that feeling. Like very quickly went away, and I don't know what it was, but I started going out. I thought I'm just going to go out on the mountain bike and start going out and riding again, and instantly I'd jump on the bike, and it was as though I'd just be washed with this just calmness and just a clear mind. And yeah, it was coming back to cycling. It became very much like a therapy for me, and yeah, it's almost like I'm really, really busy. I need to book time now with my therapist and just jump on the bike and just pedal and just go somewhere. Cycling has become more of like an escapism for me, which is refreshing because that's the reason I got into cycling. It was to see cool things and just put one foot in front of the other and pedal.